Today I'm going to be showing you how to use a couple neat tools to step up your project life pages. Here's one of my pages. It's not quite done yet, but I wanted to show you how to make this tab card here. So I've done it in the 4x6 here, and I'm going to show you how to do it for the 4x3s. So what I've got is a 4x3 piece of cardstock here, and my envelope punch board. Now if you haven't seen the envelope punch board before, it makes super cute little envelopes. I'm going to be showing you how to do that in a second, but for now we're just going to be using it to create that tab. So you're just going to line up in the V. There's a little V groove there. You're going to line that up right on the end and punch. Then you're going to move this whole thing over depending on how wide you want your tab. I'm going to go for the 1 3/4 inch here. I'm going to punch again. So now you can see I've got my little tab here, but I've got all this extra space here. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer, and I'm going to line this up so that the very end of that groove there is right along my cutting area there. And then I'm just going to bring in my blade and cut off just that first bit there. So there you go. You've got a tab on your 4x3 card. So all this is going to do is replace one of these cards. Take that out and put this in. Now this tab is actually inside the page here, as you can see. So now if we want the tab to stick up top, all we have to do is add a 1/2 inch to whatever side we want the tab on. So for the 4x3, we're going to be taking a 3 by 4.5 piece of cardstock, and we're going to do exactly the same thing again. So now when we put this card in here, instead of the tab being inside, the tab is going to stick above where your page is. So this is great for titles on top. If you want to do it inside, that's okay too. I'm going to leave this one in here. And now I'm going to show you how to do a couple different folded tabs. So the first one I'm going to show you, we're still working in the 4x3 size here. It's going to flip over, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So what I've done is I've got a 3 inch by 8.5 inch piece of cardstock, and I've scored it in at 4 inches. As you can see here, the score mark 4 inches there, and that means I have 4.5 inches here. So this is going to be the side that my tab is going to be on. Now before this goes in, we're going to have to fold it. Bring in my bone folder there. So now, when we put this in here, this is going to be a little bit different. We're only going to put in the back part here. So that's going to go in, and this is going to fold over. So what you can do with this is you can put a picture on the front here, and then it'll flip open, and you can have journaling on the inside, or the other way around. You could put a title here, whatever you wanted. Now to do a slightly different version, I've got this piece of paper is 6 inches by 4.5 inches. So if you're starting to pick up on how this works, my tab is going to be along the top here. Now when I fold this, you can see I have a card that opens up like this. So again, we've got the tab up top. We can put a picture here, journaling on the inside, journaling or a title on the outside, pictures on the inside. And when we put this one in, the whole thing slides into the pocket, and the little tab sticks up top. So next up, I'm going to show you how to make this little envelope. This envelope fits into the 4x3 spots, and you can open it up and you can tuck a little note inside there, or tuck some more pictures or some memorabilia in. So when I first tried this, I actually made the card for a 4x3 card. So if you look on your envelope punch board, you can go along here for your card size. Now there's very handy, there's a 4x3 size. When I made that envelope, the envelope was too big to fit into the spot. So what I actually did, and this card or this envelope fits perfectly, is I made it for the 2.5 by 3.5 card size. So the card that's inside is actually 2.5 by 3.5, and the envelope is slightly bigger, so it still fits in this spot. So if you look over, the paper size for that is 5.5 by 5.5. So I've gone ahead and cut a piece of cardstock to 5.5 by 5.5. This is my real red, the same as I'm using for all my accents here. And my first score here is going to be at 2 3/8. So you want to measure out from the middle here to that's 2 inches, and then we're going to 2 3/8, which is the little mark right there that's labeled. Now this is super easy. All you do is punch and score. And then you're going to turn it again, and now you don't have to measure. You just line up your score line to there, and you punch and score. And you do this all the way around, just following your old score lines. Okay, so there you've got, this is going to assemble to make your envelope. I'm actually going to round my corners as well. So just on the back here, I'm going to line it up. So now I've got my envelope done, and I've got all my corners rounded, so I just have to fold them in. I'm going to fold the sides in first, then my bottom up, and my top down. Now, one thing I like to do with these is I do like to tape them down, and what I'm going to be using for that is the Fast Fuse. So Fast Fuse is similar to Snail in that it's a tape runner, but it's super strong like sticky strip. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to lay a strip of that, and I find if you pull off to the side at the end, it makes a nice clean cut. We'll do that again. There we go. So now we'll fold that down. So there we go. I can tuck my note in there. And all I've used to hold it shut is one of the stickers from the accessory kit. Last but not least, I wanted to show you our new mini stapler. So this is from the holiday catalog, and these staples are a little bit smaller than a standard stapler. So they're a great way to add some little embellishments to your cards. For this one, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to staple some hearts onto my card. And these are just from the Sweetheart from the annual catalog in the silver glimmer paper and real red. So there you can see. This will go in, and those hearts will act like a tab on the side. So I can pull the card out if I've got something written on the back, or it's just an extra little embellishment on my card. And you can do that with any punched shape. So another place you can use the mini stapler is with ribbon. So all I've got here is the real red ribbon from the holiday catalog, and some of the silver ribbon from the annual catalog. I'm going to take my card, I'm going to put my ribbon wherever I want it, and staple it on. Now that can go into my pocket here, and I've got a cute little embellishment on the top of my card. Again, I can do any journaling, stamping, whatever I want on that card. So this is my page this week. As you can see, I still have a little bit of journaling to do, but I've got some of my tabbed cards, my little embellished card here. I'd love to see the pages you made. Remember, the person with the most votes, that's likes and comments on the Facebook group posts, will be getting an awesome prize at the end of the month. So post your photos on the Facebook group, and I can't wait to see what you've done. I don't know if you've noticed this title up here or not. I just wanted to take a quick second to show you that as well. So that title is from the Good Greetings stamp set. This is a stamp set you may not have seen yet. The only way to get this is to host a party. So what you're going to do is you're going to invite a bunch of your friends over, you're going to make some cards, maybe make some project life pages, and if you meet the minimum of $325 for your party sales, that's in Canada, you'll get this set for free. This is on top of your other hostess benefits. For my card here, I used the I Love Us stamp, and I used my Real Red ink pad, and I punched it out using the word window. And I actually punched it out twice on either side because, as you can see, the original punch is actually a little bit bigger than what I wanted.